In recent years, several European destinations unveiled surprising rules and fines for tourists.
Join me as I reveal 10 strangest fines on the continent, each one pricier than the last, with the ultimate shocker that could even land you in jail.
We start in Athens, where a surprising ban has been introduced on wearing high heels at archaeological sites such as the Acropolis. As a symbol of ancient Greek civilization perched on a famous rocky hill above Athens, Acropolis houses several iconic temples, including the renowned Parthenon, dedicated to the goddess Athena. As a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Acropolis attracts millions of visitors annually. The high heels ban aims to protect these ancient structures, as heels can scratch the delicate surfaces. While a single scratch may seem unnoticeable, the impact of millions of tourists each year can result in a significant damage over time.
If you're caught wearing high heels, the security at the entrance will prevent you from entering despite having a valid ticket. To gain entry, you will need to remove the heels on the spot or return later with appropriate shoes.
But a visit to the wonderful beaches of Croatia can also end with a surprising fine. In recent years, Croatian beaches have become a battleground for the perfect beach spot. The entire Croatian coast, stretching 6 meters or 20 feet from the shoreline, belongs to the common good and has no holder or ownership. Despite that, more and more people are reserving prime spots with towels, chairs and other props. In response to this growing trend, several Croatian coastline towns have taken action. Every morning, diligent beach attendants sweep the shores, collecting truckloads of abandoned towels and props.
While you can retrieve your belongings, be prepared to face a fine. Each town sets its penalty, ranging from a modest 5 to a whopping 200 euro.
So before you stake your claim on Croatian beach, be aware that it belongs to everyone and don't leave your things behind. However, an even more substantial fine awaits you at the gateway to the famous Amalfi Coast, seemingly for doing nothing wrong. We're talking about Sorrento, a popular starting point to visit the stunning Amalfi Coast. The town itself is a classy holiday resort famous for lemons, fabulous hotels and popular beaches. However, its popularity began to interfere with the town's cultural atmosphere, prompting the mayor to take action. Concerned about the impact of exposed skin on the locals, he issued a warning about potential fines, aiming at preserving the town's cultural ambience. This beach town has banned holidaymakers from strolling around in bikinis and bare torsos.
Sorrento Municipal Police is actively patrolling the streets, ensuring that people don't walk shirtless or in beachwear away from the beach. Violators may face fines ranging from 25 to whopping 500 euros.
The next fine wouldn't be surprising anywhere else in the world, but Amsterdam built its fame for its liberal approach to cannabis. In the city of vibrant canals, cannabis possession, sale and smoking were not prosecuted, and visitors from around the world were drawn to Amsterdam's liberal atmosphere. However, the growing numbers of tourists brought an increasing number of complaints from residents, leading to recent developments and shifts in regulations.
To address disruptive behavior, the city has implemented stricter rules, imposing fines of 100 euro for public cannabis smoking in the old city center.
Public alcohol drinking has also been prohibited, with a fine also set at 100 euro. However, you can still enjoy drinks in Amsterdam's vibrant bars. The next surprising fine is a little bit ridiculous and even more substantial, and can catch you off guard if you sit down in the wrong place in Rome. While you are free to walk up and down Rome's famous Spanish steps, be cautious about taking a seat. Sitting down on these iconic steps is strictly prohibited. The Spanish steps were constructed in the 1700s to link the Spanish square, hence the name, to the church at its summit. Renowned for its distinctive and monumental form, the 135 steps are arranged in a broad, irregular and butterfly-like design. The staircase is divided into several terraces and landings, providing spaces for visitors to pause and take in breathtaking views. The steps gained international fame through 1953 film Roman Holiday, starring Audrey Hepburn and Gregory Peck. The prohibition on sitting was implemented after a comprehensive cleaning and restoration project aiming to prevent damage.
I'm not sure how much damage sitting on the steps can cause, but fines for violating this rule are no joke, starting at 250 euro and could escalate to 400 euro or more. The rule is enforced by officials patrolling the area during daylight hours.
If you think the sitting ban is ridiculous, the next Italian restriction is even more irrational. The picturesque town of Portofino along the Italian Riviera has introduced a fine designed to discourage tourists from posing for selfies. Despite its small size, Portofino has been a preferred destination for the international jet set for many years. However, recently over-tourism has gotten out of control, leading to overcrowded streets and traffic jams.
That's why the local government introduced no waiting zones on the most photogenic hotspots to prevent tourists from stopping for selfies. Anyone caught lingering on these spots between 10:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. risk facing a fine of €275.
Finally, we got to the ban that makes sense, although it might catch you off guard in Venice. Prohibition in swimming in Venice canals is imposed due to heavy traffic and pollution from various sources, making it both unsafe and unsanitary. The contamination of canal water originates from four primary sources: daily traffic, the Venice lagoon housing one of the largest ports in the Adriatic, flow of waste from the nearby heavy chemical industries, and a portion of the city's wastewater ending in the canals. Additionally, the constant and rapid circulation of motorboats and gondolas poses an additional danger.
No wonder that local authorities have implemented a swimming ban to ensure public safety. Those who ignore it may face fines up to €500 imposed by the local police.
If you still want to swim in Venice, head over to the nearby island of Lido with designated sandy beaches, as it's just a 25-minute boat ride from St. Mark's Square. But the next ban makes less sense for those who enjoy wild summer parties. The picturesque island of Hvar is known for its vibrant nightlife, but partying too much can lead to hefty fines for unwelcome behavior. Hvar attracts holidaymakers and jet set with its sun-soaked beaches, crystal clear waters, and charming old towns. However, the growing influx of young tourists has turned Hvar into a vibrant summer party destination, pushing the boundaries of acceptable behavior. In response, the local government of Hvar town has implemented substantial fines for unwelcome behavior. Entrances to the town are marked with the signs that read "Save your money and enjoy Hvar," clearly outlining offenses and corresponding penalties.
If you don't cover your chest when entering the town, you might be fined €500. €600 fine is for walking around town in swimwear. The highest fines, €700, are for public alcohol drinking and for eating and sleeping on the street.
To date, tourists have largely avoided fines, as the warning signs alone has significantly reduced indecent behavior. But if you think these fines were pricey, then the next coastal paradise will blow your mind. We are talking about Cinque Terre. Comprising of 5 fishing villages with pastel-colored houses, one of the most stunning coastal landscapes on the planet has implemented a hefty penalty for the tourists caught hiking in flip-flops or sandals on its trails. Dramatic and remote coastal villages can be accessed by boats, trains, or a network of scenic hiking trails. While these trails offer unparalleled views, they also run through rugged terrain. Unfortunately, visitors often underestimate the trail conditions, arriving in inappropriate footwears like flip-flops, leading to accidents, injuries, and even SOS calls to mountain rescue teams.
That's why hefty fines were introduced for those caught walking these paths in flip-flops or sandals. Fines start at €50 and can escalate to a whopping €2,500 based on the inconvenience inflicted on the authorities. To avoid fines, simply pack sensible hiking shoes.
Our final destination brings us to the captivating island of Sardinia, where the beauty of its sandy beaches can lead to the most expensive and surprising find on our list. Sardinia's white sand beaches are globally famous, and an increasing number of holidaymakers have been collecting this beautiful sand either as a souvenir or for the online auctions. Although seemingly a minor issue, the act of stealing sand, pebbles or shells from the beaches can have severe ecological consequences for fragile coastal environments and the overall health of the coastal ecosystem. In response to these concerns, Sardinia has implemented strict regulations to protect its natural ecosystems. Removing sand, pebbles or shells from its beaches is illegal and can result in substantial fines ranging between €500 and €3,000. Moreover, individuals caught attempting to leave the island with significant quantities may face jail terms. Pelosa Beach on the west coast of the island goes to the extent of banning towels, requiring sunbathers to use mats that traps less sand. To enforce these regulations, military and custom police actively monitors airports, harbors and online platforms for the illegal sale of the stolen sand.
These peculiar finds unveil a fascinating aspect of each destination's cultural and environmental preservation. From Athens to Sardinia, each rule reflects a commitment to safeguarding historical treasures, ensuring public order and preserving the pristine beauty of nature. Let this surprising find serve as a reminder that the enchanting allure of Europe comes with a duty to respect and protect its diverse wonders. Don't forget to check out my playlist for travel guides of these incredible destinations. Thanks for watching and see you next time!